We post 3 times a week, never miss an episode.
What's up, guys? It's your Reletable entrepreneur. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is very close to my heart because I believe so much that this is going to help someone. So we're going to talk about 11 things that are working for me as a small business owner. 11 things. Grab your pen and paper and write this down, or grab your notepad or any application that you use to take notes, because this is so important. This has helped me so much. So I run this small online business that focuses on web design, web hosting, and then I have another business that is service-based. Basically, most of my businesses are service-based, so I can conduct them online. So I want you to write these things. These are the things that are working for me during this lockdown, during this pandemic. These are the things that are working for me, and I know you can get 1 or 2 that will help you also. So the number one thing that has helped me is maintaining reach. What do I mean by reach? Reach simply refers to the number of customers my brand, my services, my influence reaches every single day. So how do I maintain reach? I make sure that every day there are people out there marketing my service. I make sure that I make use of paid services. I make sure that I make use of all social media platforms to make sure that that extra eyeball gets to see my content, gets to see my services. Because that might not convert as much sales, but it is started that when you reach 100 people that are in your industry, it is imperative that at least 2 of those people are warm clients. What do I mean by warm clients? Those are the clients that are ready to buy. Those are the clients that are actively looking for the service. So reach in a way increases brand awareness, but also bring sales, because those 2 sales is something. It might not be much for most people, but 2 sales for me average is between $100 to $150, and $100 to $150 every single day is something that I can use. Something that I can use. Of course, I cannot make $100 to $150 every day, but I strive to reach those figures. So reach is very important. Make sure you make use of all those channels, social media channels, websites. Make sure that that extra eyeball sees your content, sees your website, sees your services, because you never know where the customer is. So when I reach people, my core aim is to get them into platforms. So write this. This is number 2, creating and growing platforms. Platforms, these are like YouTube channel, podcast channel, WhatsApp group, Facebook page. Those are platforms. So when I reach people, I know most of those people are not interested in my service. So I want them to go into platforms. So I created those platforms. My very favorite platform is WhatsApp. How I do on WhatsApp, I go on the internet and then I search WhatsApp group links, and then I create my own WhatsApp group and then market them in those advertising groups, and then people get into my platforms. So that is very important. It helps you to be able to reach those people over and over and over again. So the process of reaching people over and over again is our third factor, which is influence. On influence, this is a process of converting strangers or potential customers into raving fans or into people interested in a product. Converting potential customers into fans, converting strangers into people that care for your brand, that care for your product, that are willing to listen to you. How do you do that? The paramount thing is communication. Make sure every day you post something. Make sure every day you communicate something. Make sure every day you say something that are willing to listen to, that they can read, that they can listen to. It's called influence. So people are more inclined to listen and to buy to someone they understand, they trust. So it's a process of building trust. So when you influence people, this can be hard on your own. So how do I do it? How do I make sure that even if there is a lot of work to do, how do I make sure that I can be able to do it? I use remote employees. Remote employees, these are people that are working for you, but they are in their homes. There are a lot of freelancers out there, people who are willing to do some work you might not be willing to do for an extra penny. We were all at that stage at once, and it's very important that you do that. How do you get remote workers? I use WhatsApp. I use Facebook jobs just to get remote workers. I can use freelancing sites just to get someone who is out there, who is willing to do that extra task, who is willing to market your WhatsApp group, who is willing to refer people to your groups, to refer people to your platforms, to send messages to your platforms every day for something like $200 a month, $100 a month, $50 a month. There are people that are willing to do that. It's minimal work. It's not them that are thinking. It's you that is thinking. They're just executing orders. So hire remote employees. Number 5. I'm sorry. Write this down. This is very important. This is copywriting. A copyright is just a sales pitch in written form. When you are in your platform, when people are fans, when people are interested in your product, when people are willing to listen to you, it's not a guarantee that they are willing to buy. For people to buy, they must be compelled to take action. For people to take action, the action must be as simple as possible. How do people take action? There should be a copyright that calls them to take action. I'm going to give you an example of a copyright. I sell website design, right? So I can pitch. We sell website design and this and this and that. For you to understand more about our service, drop your number here so that we can give you a call. So when people drop their numbers, when people show interest, we give them a call. That action is easier to take than buy now, because people are just not willing to be sold to. So when you say drop your number, at least they've broken that first action barrier, that first take action barrier. So that means you can easily work with those people. Once they take action, it's time to do a sales call. How do I do sales call? I just call them. Hello, how are you? I'm calling you in relation to the interest you showed for having our website design. When the person, when we exchange greetings and all that, and then I ask them, tell me about the project you would want a website design for. When they tell me about the project they want a design for, that helps me to understand where they are coming from, their mentality, how much they are willing to pay for the project, and then I can be able to pitch my service. On a sales call, the aim is to either close the client or to book a sales meeting. Most of the times I'm finding closing easier now since we cannot be able to meet easily. But if there's an opportunity to meet, I can meet a client. And when we meet clients, it becomes easy. You just become as real as possible, and then you show them why you are the right person to help them, and then you close the sales. And then there is service delivery. I try by all means to make sure that whenever I do service delivery, I over-deliver so that I can be able to keep that customer, or so that I can be able to get a referral. And after service delivery, I upsell. If there's, for example, I was selling website design, I can upsell marketing strategy so that the people, I might get maximum possible amount of value per client. And when I upsell, I make sure that my schedule is not coagulated by delegating stuff. You cannot do everything. Even if you are so good, doing everything will just lead you to getting burnout. So make sure you delegate stuff. And then I try new products. I try to maximize revenue streams. I find something that is related in my industry, and then I sell that. And when I get a client interested in another service, or if a client is interested in a service that I don't offer, I reach out to the people that are offering that service so that I can be able to get a commission when that client buys. So this is the way I'm doing business in this lockdown. That is making sure that my business grows despite the lockdown situation. So I will repeat the factors again. Make sure you note them down. Number 1 is maintaining reach, the amount of customers you reach a day. Number 2 is to make sure that you create platforms. These are platforms which allows people to follow you, to join you, so that you can be able to influence them over and over again. Number 3 is influence. This is communicating with customers up until they understand your message, they trust you, and they would like to do business with you. Number 4 is making use of remote employees. Making use of remote employees to make sure that you hire freelancers to do tasks you would want to do, or that are not worth your time but that are just as important. Number 5 is copywriting. A copyright is just a sales pitch in written form. Make sure that you do copywriting well, because copywriting is the one that makes people to take action. Number 6 is sales calls. Sales calls are imperative. It's important that you do sales calls. They might look old-fashioned, but when you do sales calls, the trust factor rises. You get to understand the ground on which the customer is standing. Number 7 is meetings with customers. Make sure you do meetings with customers if possible. Not possible due to your lockdown rules there, it's all right. But if possible, do meetings with customers. You'll be able to understand exactly how you can help them as well, and you'll be able to close that sale. Number 8 is over-deliver. Make sure you deliver beyond their expectations so that you can be able to upsell, or you can be able to get a referral, or you can keep the customer. Number 9 is upselling. Make sure you get the maximum value per customer, maximum value possible per customer, just as much value you give. Number 10 is delegation. You cannot be able to do everything. It's better if you find someone who can do something at 80% rate as compared to you. Delegate that task. 60% rate, delegate that task. You cannot be able to do everything. Then trying new things. You should not be afraid of trying new things, because what worked yesterday in marketing might not work today. Attention of people is always changing. Yet marketing is it capitalizes on people's attention span. So make sure you try new things. If it doesn't work, move on. And then the last thing is maximizing revenue streams. Make sure you get services related to your industry and offer them. Make sure you get new skills and offer them. Make sure you refer clients to others for a commission. These are the 11 things that you must make sure you do, and they might maximize your chances of survival in this lockdown. These are the things that are waiting for me. Make sure you get one for yourself. I am your relatable entrepreneur.